Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Andreas, Katsouris, director of strategy at Predictit, the stock market for politics. Andreas, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Welcome to Trade Talks, and refresh the audience of what Predictit is.
Thank you, Jill. It's great to be here. Predictit.org is a real money online stock market or futures market for politics. It's a place that any American can go and make a prediction on what you think is going to happen politically, who's going to be the next presidential nominee as far forward as 2024, how the course of the administration's governance over in the Biden administration is going to proceed. Any question of political interest, traders can go and make a prediction on it.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We've been following with Predictit every Monday, 6 weeks prior to the election. And here we are now already talking about 2024 with the new administration only just about a month in office. So coming out of CPAC on Sunday, yesterday, February 28th, what are you seeing in terms of what the Republican field looks like now?
Yeah, it's amazing we're talking about 2024 this early, but that's how politics is. We're seeing a pretty interesting reaction on the markets after CPAC. In many respects, it was a pretty positive event, it seems, for President Trump. Straw poll had, I think, a 97% approval rating for the former president himself, 95% approval for his policies and the policies of the former administration. So you'd think this would be good on the markets, and you'd think that Trump would get a bump. And in fact, the opposite has happened. We run a market on who's going to be the Republican nominee in 2024, and the former president's numbers have been gradually moving upwards since his acquittal on the impeachment trial, hit as high as 40 cents, 35, 40 cents before the event. And he won that straw poll by a lot, and yet his numbers really tanked. Traders thought his odds of winning the nomination really were down substantially, on as low as 23 cents within hours of the straw poll. So, what looks like a dominating performance clearly has some weaknesses in it. One of the details, one of the findings of the poll was that only 68% of respondents wanted him to run again, and that looks like some softness in his support, even amongst a crowd that's obviously pretty where he's pretty popular.
Yeah, I wonder if part of that can be attributed to the splitting of the party itself. And I know Trump had mentioned that he's not looking to split the party and form a third party, but still, if you have a fracture within the GOP itself, it is going to split some votes up there. I'd imagine, that's a concern for the party.
You would think so. I mean, the parties are loyal Republicans. They want to win, and having going in with the divisions that we see in the Republican Party today are not good for their prospects. So, I mean, I think that's part of it. And I think there may be some question about the president's viability as a candidate. 4 years is a long time. He's not a young man. So, you might be looking at some concerns there, and it's a long time from now.
Yeah, it is. Andreas, thanks so much for the insight. We look forward to keeping track of this and for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks a lot, Jill.